Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the dark streets of Duskwall. I am your host, Morg Zero, once again being allowed, perhaps foolishly so, to GM this game by our most magnanimous host, and perhaps most foolish host as well, Zalkari. As always, subscribe and like and follow if you like what you hear tonight. We'll be going over that a bit more at the end here. Also, episode 5 of this particular show will be going up on YouTube very soon. So if you're following Zalkari on that little platform as well, you'll have a chance to watch all of our previous exploits. Tonight we're temporarily down a player, but he should be joining us here in a little bit. So if we have to retread for him, we will have to end up retreading for him. But it shouldn't take up too much time. Now, gentlemen, welcome back as well. And I would like to direct you all to a little thing I call the shit is getting real corner, filled with our most wonderful alignment of clocks for tonight.
Oh, goodness.
Yes. So, all of these little events are ongoing, one of them has been completed, but most of them are ongoing. You all have been getting a sense of these events that have been progressing throughout the city. These are kind of rumors at the moment, things you've heard about here and there, but you're all more or less aware of them. One of these refers exactly to our missing player, so we'll get back to that coming up in the meanwhile. But first and foremost, you all are aware that the Billhooks are working on a plan. They're plotting. You've heard things coming down the grapevine that they are going to be taking steps against you. You've been making quite a few moves on their turf now, or what they claim to be their turf at the very least, and they haven't taken kindly to that. Because, you're not exactly paying up proper protection money to them. Furthermore, the menagerie incident that you might or may not recall, having been part of the starting situation, as mentioned before, its investigation is still currently ongoing. It is in the process, and the Bluecoats they're tying things together. The information is hush-hush, of course, about it, but there's movement there, there's reports being filed. It's known that it's a thing happening. The Mercurial, our good friend Captain Gabor's ship, has completed its recruitment, thanks to your help, no doubt, and has moved on with itself out to sea. You might still be able to catch a few glimpses of it on the horizon as it goes for the next night or so, but it will be gone, and it will be taking your little planted birdies with it as it goes. There are also the Grinders. Now, the Grinders, at the moment with you, I don't believe are a faction of concern. You haven't stepped on them, they haven't stepped on you, you know how it goes. But they are looking to claim territory. They lost a bit of turf in the docks recently due to conflicts with the Billhooks and just other factions in general. So they're looking to expand their operations further, re-expand that area, perhaps into other districts as well. You're also familiar with the things we mentioned a while back. Gabor will not be able to do any research on Rayford, though. Well, we'll hold off on that until he comes up. But Arzu, your good friend, Bartholomew, or Mr. Boo, she is in the process of becoming, as I mentioned last time, a friend of the crew. The more your crew involves her and works with her and gives her money and stuff like that, the closer she'll become to becoming a proper contact for everyone in the group.
Okay, sweet.
Yes. Now, there are less mundane events happening in the city as well, as you can see here as well. The Dimmer Sisters, your good friends, are up to something. What exactly you may or may not know, I'm not sure how close you are with the sisters, but there's been echoes of magic coming from their estate and from some estates in the docks as well. Maybe something to look into, maybe not. But there are also other rituals taking place that you may have picked up on, especially the more esoterically inclined of you. The exact origin and pinpoint location of these is unknown, but there's magic in the air, one would say. Possibility, for sure, if you can find a good way to justify that. So, my friends, we are in downtime. We do have options and activities available for you. How will you proceed? That's how will you proceed with downtime. This is the question I have asked you, Zalford.
Well, we proceed with downtime by proceeding with downtime. Duh.
Oh, I see. Yes. You dry things off by drying things off. Your logic is circular and therefore infallible. What are you doing, smartass?
People die when they are killed.
Yeah.
That's a lesson we learn in Blade sometimes.
Of course, well, in my case, it's people die when I roll dice, but...
No, because you don't roll dice very well.
Exactly, my people die!
Yeah, okay, fair. Oh, I need to indulge my vice, so I need to go and get laid.
Very nice. Very nice. Where are you going tonight?
She has like a block that she has kind of always worked a lot before and after the incident that gave her Viper. So it's her kind of her own little hunting grounds, we'll call it.
Is it a dock block?
Yeah, dock block for cock, yeah.
Oh, God. See, I was just making a funny rhyme. You took it there.
Well, that's what you're going with anyways. See, anyways, so she goes to that.
Get your mind out of the gutters. Get your mind out of the gutters, Al. This is a family game.
Get it out of the... No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's a mafia family game. You don't disrespect the family.
It's not a family-friendly game.
It's a family-friendly game for the mafia. You don't disrespect the Don, Zachary. You don't disrespect the family.
I give it 15 minutes before Fast and Furious references start coming up.
Can you not use, make my heritage your joke there, Matt?
I'll save my response for after the stream. Carrying on.
So she goes to where she normally draws in customers or will hang around to see if people are in need of her services. In her usual, somewhat, it's not such a well-dress anymore because it's well-worn, but it's a simple, air quote, cute dress. And finds a person who's looking for company. And unlike the last time she indulged vice when she was Viper, it is not rough or overly painful for them this time. So
disappointing.
And we'll see how effective it is.
Yeah.
Not bad. It's not bad.
That is not bad. That is pretty good. Lovey-dovey does it again, see.
Yep. True.
Sometimes you just need to cuddle, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you just need to cuddle.
Sometimes you just need to cuddle.
All right.
Then we can go to someone else and I'll think of my second.
Welcome, Rafer. How are you tonight?
I think I died, but alright.
That's fair enough. We all die a little bit every day. Now, Zalkari has completed one of his downtimes, though we might get back to that here in a second. But I wanted to take a few moments to address some things that are particularly interest to you, I believe. First and foremost, you'll direct yourself to our little clocks over here, starting with this one.
Yeah, there's a lot of clocks.
There are a lot of clocks, and I'll explain more of them kind of as need be going on. We've kind of gone over them already. This one here, Gabor researches Rayford. This one is now on pause, since Gabor can't very well do any research on you, or contact any contacts looking into you while his ship is at sea. As you can see, his ship is set sail.
Oh shit.
Yes, the Mercurial has out to sea, thanks to your help, filled with your little doves, your little birdies, ready to go, ready to do your work. I'll have to measure a way to handle this in the meanwhile, but I'll figure that out moving forward. Now, the other thing of interest is your friend Harker. Yes,
Oh.
you have received word that Harker is on his way out.
Oh boy. He's gonna help us get more prisoners.
Yeah, he is currently in the process of being released on parole. Hopefully he will not violate and have to go back, but you know Harker. He's gonna violate, he's gonna have to go back.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Lastly, there's what I did gloss over a little bit here. Reason overtakes fear. This shouldn't be one that I have to remind you all of too much, but it has to do with Curls and Coldwind and the fact that you applied them with drugs to get them in there into your little group here, but they're starting to wake up a little bit. They are.
Do what you gotta do.
You do what you gotta do. The moment they are sober enough, they kind of think through everything that you pulled on them, they will abandon your party. Unless you can continue to either apply them with drugs or find another way to keep them in your company.
Alright, gotcha.
Yeah, the rest of these events here just refer to basically what they say on the cab there. Billhooks are setting up a trap for you, the menagerie is in their investigation by the Bluecoats, refer to the starting situation. And there's arcane rituals being performed both by an unknown party and the Dimmer system.
Oh shit, I was gonna talk to them, but alright, cool.
Excellent. Very good, very good. So, Zalkari, while you're out indulging your vice, you are being watched by a group of men from the shadow. They don't approach you, but you do recognize some of them as being members of the Billhooks. It seems that perhaps you didn't realize before, perhaps this is a new turn of events, but the Billhooks have managed to engulf your little hunting grounds as a part of their territory.
Those little shits. Right. I'll take note of that and we'll figure out how many of them actually are there.
You note 3 over the course of your investigation. 2 of them are together, one of them is by himself. Seemingly by himself. And these are the only ones, and these are the ones you outwardly recognize, the thuggy guys of the Billhook.
Do I want to shed blood? Nah, we'll hold off and I'll consult the crew. She's not Viper right now.
I thought as much. Excellent. So, we'll move on to the next player. There's 3 of you left. I want to know what you do for your downtime next. Or who does their downtime next, and what do they do?
One can go before me. I'm still getting a little situated, but
All right, Nick, go.
Okay, if it is my turn, I will just indulge it. Well, actually, no, I should probably do any action I do before I indulge my vice, because that will be a little involved.
What do you mean?
Oh my god. Don't worry, we'll get to it. I'm actually completely blanking on what I'm supposed to do for my vice. Hold on. As I'm trying to. Okay. Other than that, reason overtakes fear. Bill Hook. There are so many. What the... Can I investigate the dimmer sister magic to see what they're doing? Like, what's going on?
You can. I believe Rayford also expressed interest in that as well, though. So
well then if we want to do that together and wait for him to get situated, we can do that, and then we can just say that I did it before I indulged my vice for downtime.
Yeah, I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything.
Essentially, the indulging the vice will be a flash forward, and then we'll flash back and do that thing.
Okay.
And I'll just keep a mark of how much stress I have currently before I indulge.
No.
Be ready when you're done. I'm ready whenever you are. It's just
I'm
eating.
Then I'll go ahead and indulge my vice.
I don't see it being too much of an issue here. Not with what you have right now. So what is Bartholomew's vice? I don't think we've seen it yet.
Hold on, no, we're gonna get to it. I need to remember. I had a thing planned, and now I'm forgetting the name of it.
No! I'm looking at what you have here. I want to know what you were thinking.
Yeah, no. What's the thing that like? Holy shit! I'm actually now upset that I can't remember. Hold on, I'm sending a thing in the chat. Never mind. I remembered.
Oh!
No, I remembered.
Yeah.
Because let me. Wait.
Class is waiting on you.
I know. I'm trying to remember what exactly. I guess it kind of still fits. I think this is right. So, my vice is to try and induce sickness.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, actually ingest something to make myself sick. Like vomiting sweats and fever and running fevers and stuff. Which I think that's the right thing.
Why?
Wait, no, I think this isn't it.
Why?
I know it's pretty gross, but no. My basic vice is to basically just ingest some stuff and make myself sick. I think the thing I was thinking of earlier was laudanum, but I'm not entirely sure if that does the exact effect that I was thinking.
I'm pretty sure that does. If I remember my days from the Oregon Trail, that does exactly what you think it does.
Okay, right, because it's just I don't need to have my guy invoke.
What is it now?
Laudanum. So my character needs to be perfectly healthy. Needs to go out find a shady doctor to purchase like a vial or like even the bigger the better, like a container of laudanum, and then I'm just gonna go to my room, lock the door, and chug the whole thing. And the purpose of which is that in my character's history, it is in times of great sickness that they receive visions from their god and messages from the laughing god. So to calm his nerves and soothe himself, he induces the sickness to try and hear the good word.
Very cool. Now, I want you to give me a quick 1d6 fortune roll here.
1d6.
Yes, nothing too strenuous.
4.
Oh, interesting. All right. So, you yeah, but you find it. I'm not. Whoa, oh, dropping stuff.
All right, sick.
Yeah, you find it no issue. I wasn't going to like block you or anything like from that, but it's who you find it from that perhaps you'll be interested in.
Who do I find it from?
You find it from. 1 second here. I've got to remember the name.
What is the name?
Where is it? Yeah, you received this from the hooded proprietor. Hooded proprietor, that's literally the only name anyone in Dustwall knows him by, is a little merchant who's set up at a half-flooded dock grotto in the docks. He's somehow retrofitted into a tavern. Now, normally people go there for entrance into this strange little place, but he also is known to deal in a certain object from time to time. Rayford, you have actually even heard Ojak mention this gentleman by his title before.
His title?
Yeah, the hooded proprietor.
Oh, so he never says. Okay, so it's just like, yeah, this guy, he helped me get the pictures.
Yes, it's an only name. Yeah, it's the only name anyone knows him by, unfortunately.
You say anything good about him?
He comments mostly about being curious about his work, having an interest in his work. Nothing negative, at the very least.
Nothing negative, but nothing positive. So it's just very neutral.
It's very neutral, very formal, very business.
Yeah, I know the guy. I don't know him, but I know the guy.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm going to add this gentleman as soon as everything loads properly for my end. I'll do a little book of friends over here. It'll get there eventually. There we go.
I see him, yes.
Yes. So yeah, you go there and you receive it from him.
Can I see his face?
No.
Oh.
You can try to see his face if you're inclined to.
Would that make me panic? Nah, I would. Oh. Yeah, nah, I'm good. I think I'm good. I'm just gonna buy it from him. Peace out.
He takes it, passes it over you, thanks you for your business, and lets you about your way.
Okay. I'm gonna go home, lock the door, and chug it. We'll take that.
Have a look at that number real fast. Make sure you're not fudging your rolls. That's solid enough. Very good. Carrying on with that roll, then. Carrying on to our next set of events, our more interesting set of events. Unless, of course, Pancake, you had anything you wish to rail fast while we wait for Xanax to finish up.
I didn't have anything super interesting. No, I'm going to be kind of boring.
Fair enough. Xanax, you good to go yet, or?
Yes.
Cool.
Rest that during the break, but I'm all ready to go.
Cool, very cool. So yeah, so this sounds like Boo Boo and Rayford. Bartholomew and Rayford.
Boo boo.
Hey, Boo Boo, we're going to
Gotta go to
investigate
the
a ritual
Nemesis.
circle.
Hello, Rayford.
Oh, God. Two people who could barely talk together to talk this out.
Oh god, okay. Where do you guys go?
I want to bring them a gift. I always bring them a gift.
What kind of gift did you bring this time?
What is something dying? Because I always bring them something dying because they like that. Brought them a dying flower last time. They were very pleased by that.
Yeah, specifically, if you remember, you met with let me have a quick name here. Janissa. Janissa Dimmer.
Animals are expensive in this world, aren't they?
Say what now?
Animals are expensive in this world, aren't they?
It depends on the animal. A rat you wouldn't have too much trouble getting. People eat those all the time. Something like a horse, good luck.
I was thinking of a sick dog.
A sick dog? Oh yeah, you could probably get that fairly easily. Like, give me another fortune roll here. Just 1d6.
1d6. All right.
Your luck holds out, my friend. Yeah, so where do you go with this?
It's like if I find someone like getting ready to throw a dog out or about to kill it, I'm like, "Hell, hold on, I'll take this." And
What the hell you want this mutt for? Ain't done me no good. Lousy tracker, lousy guard dog.
kind of like lean in and it's like, "Sir, I can put him out of his misery for you."
You're a creepy fucker, you know that? But whatever. I won't get any blood on my boots anyway. It's all yours.
I kind of smile and nod, and I was like, "Thank you, sir." And it just take this sick dying dog. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's something that they'll do magic on and have fun with.
The dog looks very skeletal. Looks very. It's one of those mutt breeds where it's like a long-haired brown, just kind of thing.
Yeah, I picture Seymour from a Futurama episode.
Seymour Future. Yeah, that is exactly what it is. That's exactly what I was picturing. Thank you. Yeah, just a typical kind of mutt dog. Decent size though, except for the fact that it is incredibly scrawny, bony, and frail looking. Maybe it just wasn't fed. Maybe it's old and ill. Hard to say. But you take it, and you can carry it on with you.
All right, I always bring them a gift. Polite.
It is very polite to bring a gift wherever you go. So, where do you go?
I'm gonna meet up with Bobo or Bartholomew. What's your character's real name? Bartholomew. Meet up with him before we enter the Dimmer Sisters, wherever this is. Just with a sick and dying dog.
Yes. You head to their estate over there in Brightstone, then, I take it. Very good.
Yeah, we're standing outside the door. Hey, what are you doing here?
Oh, you just met there? You didn't,
I mean,
group up?
I don't know what...
Oh. Hello.
I kind of look at him like, hello. Or you.
Yes.
So for clarification's sake here, did you meet up and go together, or did you just meet at the
I guess we're just both randomly.
It's random. What was your reason to come here?
Suspicious magic.
Is this before I showed up today? Stuff I missed out on.
Well, I did briefly mention it. There is dimmer sister magic in the air that you would be aware of. There's something to do with their estate and then some old dark estate.
Yeah, I'm just so I think the reason why I'm coming is that uh
Hello?
yeah, no, so because I'm like their magic is suspicious and I need to see if it's yeah, I basically my thought process is that it's not like needing to see if it's like of the laughing god, you know what I mean?
You gotta prove the Dimmer sisters.
I
This is your first time meeting them.
yeah, I gotta like check their magic out and be like, is this if like I can allow them to keep going if they're planning some big magical thing, because obviously if it's not under the purview of the laughing god, then it is not good.
Does this magic have a punch line?
I'm sorry?
Hmm?
Punch line jokes.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm not the comedian here.
Yes, Rayford. To appease the laughing god, one must always be thinking of the next line. You in particular are very blessed in his eyes, for you can exhibit so many smiles. What to bring?
Oh,
I am
That's
out here
actually a really good one.
Huh? Yeah,
That's
I
a
am
really
out here to see what it is these Dimmer sisters are planning, and whether they need to lighten up a little bit. Would you care to join me, Rayford Stockholm?
why, yes, I think this would be very good. I was going to talk to them about this girl we met on our very. He wasn't there, so he wouldn't know this context. I'm going to talk to him about that girl who pretty much saw pretty much anything she touched. She was clairvoyant about.
Your friend Emile. Amelie.
Yeah, really.
We haven't seen much of her yet.
That's why I want to talk to him about.
Interesting. Yes.
I need someone with magical powers to keep tabs on her.
All right. Well, you're at the door. Do you knock?
Do they have one of those
Yeah.
little things? Little
They do. They do have a door knocker. It's shaped like a wolf's
Yeah.
head.
I'm gonna grab it and just like
Before
I
you're
hold
able
it
to
up.
complete the knocking, the door opens and kind of pulls you forward as you're holding onto it.
I keep holding on to it and just be like, then slowly look at who opens the door.
So, how tall is your character again, Rafe?
It's about like his average height, 5'10", around that area.
Yeah, all right. So Rayford opens up this door to look up, look slightly up at a 6 foot tall, probably in her mid 40s, Scarlander woman, kind of wrinkled in the face. But she has a typical Scarlander body build to her, very stocky in build, not fat, but not muscular either, just big. She has one hand on her hip, one hand holding the door. She opens it up, just staring at you as you probably half lean forward, I'm guessing, or stepping forward with the door as it opens.
I'm leaned forward.
Hello.
Hey, hello there. Well, I ain't seen the like of you two. Although you, and she points at you, Rayford, you're the one Janissa was talking about, ain't ya?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, she liked that plant you gave her. Starting to fancy her, I think she. Best be watching her hands around her, I say.
As she says that, I'm always doing that little hand twitching thing where I'm always like,
Oh.
hands are like in this weird praying motion. I kind of look at my hands and just try to process what she means by that.
I'm too pure for this world.
My hands are always together.
Yeah,
I don't know what she
so-
means by that.
I'd like to say yes. And hello there. I would like to introduce myself.
Yeah, Mr. Bartholomew Bordeaux, ain't it?
No, I would like to introduce myself with
Yeah?
a proverb of my god.
She smiles at you.
What is-
I didn't see this one coming. I'll go on with it then.
What is the what is the what kind of magic user can you find at the beach? Sandwiches.
I always have that one. I bet you think that's real clever barking Harrowed now, don't ya? What? Well, I ain't gonna leave you two standing on out here. You got questions, no doubt. Come on in.
When she says that to me, is she smiling at all?
And she's smiling at that. Yeah, she does.
All right.
It's a very it's a very wide grin. Very long grin.
Is it sincere?
You have no reason to believe it's not.
I want to roll an insight this week.
Yeah, give me a study roll, fortune.
Give me a study roll. Alright, yes.
Oh yeah, she's sincere.
She's sincere? Alright. Then never mind, I'll go in then.
Yeah. And she opens the
Kinda
door
hold,
and she
like-
will walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of hold the leash to the dogs, like, where do you want me to put this one?
She looks down at it. Oh, so you brought me the dog after all. I didn't think you'd do it. She reached out, like, scratch it under its chin.
Hmm.
It is not well. The dog is not well. You were like leaning it along a leash, you said?
Yeah, or I was... whatever the equivalent is, or I was pushing it on a little cart.
Honestly, depending on how fast, that could be up to you depending on how fast you wanted to get here. Walking it, it'll walk, but it can be like stumbling and whatnot the entirety of the way.
I found like an old, like... I don't know, it depends. If I was getting here fast, I probably found like an old, what's those things you put babies in?
Carriage.
Yeah, I found like an old carriage that someone just left in the gutters, and I'm like, alright, get in. Just push it to the side.
She like lifts the thing up out of its carriage, cradles it in her arms. Oh, you poor thing. I've been looking forward to meeting you, though. Well, don't just stand out there in the cold, you dunces. Come on in. Like she turns and walks back into her estate.
I have no reason to not walk in.
Yeah. Name's Sinesta, by the way. Don't think I've met either of you before. Heard about you, though, Mr. Rayford. Oh, poor doggy, poor doggy. Look at you all skin and bones. Gonna have to fix you up right proper.
Yes, it's a very unfortunate creature.
Oh, don't worry. It's in good hands now. You can trust me on that.
Very good. Glad it can enjoy its life now. But I believe I'm on an urgent matter. I believe there's some supernatural things occurring in this house and another.
Ah, you've been picking up on our little experiment then, have ya? I was wondering if anyone would catch up on that. Well, come on in, have a seat. I hope you'll be taking this one to my workshop, but I don't like taking strangers back there. Oh well. The living room would be fine for this time around. She leads you kind of off to one side of the hall into a little sitting room. She sets the dog down on a couch.
Kind of look over at Bartholomew and I'm like, don't you find it odd we only see one person in this house? Anyone hear that?
I heard it, Bartholomew. Bartholomew? Bobo?
Yeah, what?
You not hear?
I did not.
I asked, do you think it's weird that we only see one person in this house? Because this is my second time being here. I've only seen one person in this house at a time.
Hmm. Um. I'm thinking of something very cryptic. I don't know if this would be metagame. Well, no, hearing that. Can I? We're making a tune roll to try and commune with the laughing god, and specifically the very cryptic thing I want to say is I think that I think the residents of this house may share a smile. Can I attune with the laughing god to see if
That's accurate.
I can divine information regarding that, to know for sure?
Yeah, go for it.
Sure.
We're gonna call this a risky standard, though. No. Yeah.
Well.
Solid roll, solid roll. I was actually going to change it up to great, but hey, I'll give it to you either way.
I'll take great.
You're wrong.
Oh, I'll start to say, and I go, is extremely curious, is it not?
Here's the thing, though. You're wrong. That's because you realize the sister's in the next room, the hall you just came out of. But she's not. Even if you look back, there's no one in there.
Interesting.
The whole time, Rayford's just been whatever the equivalent of a blank face staring at you is. His whole body's pointing directly at you.
I get lost in thought for a second, and then I look at him, and I smile really wide at him, and I say, I would not worry too much about it, my friend.
You say that, my whole face turns to a bunch of smiles, like these big toothy grins.
Yes.
And then I turn back to, what was the sister's name again?
She introduced herself as Sinesta.
I look at her and I'm like, Miss Sinesta?
Sinesta. I'll put it here in chat for you all.
I look at her and like, Miss Sinesta, I'm curious of what this experiment is.
Well, experiment's the wrong word for it, really now. Slip of the tongue. Excursion. Endeavor. Ritual. Binding. Well, the type of thing we've done before. Gonna be hard this time, though. We're running out of ladies. Though,
Look, I look.
I hear you
confused and
have a
look
new
at
little
Bartholomew.
friend with your group. Amelie, I think her name was.
Kind of look at her. I'm like, well, she is definitely a person acquainted with us. I'm not sure if I can trust her fully. Call her a part of the council.
I see. Well, if you can't, I ain't about to try and do that myself. We'll find a way. It's not the first time we've been stretched thin like this. We'll manage. Now. You have any other questions? Or do you want to know more about what we're doing here?
While we're on topic of this girl, I wonder, is she any use to your sisterhood?
Oh, she would have been.
Fuck.
Most
Drop my headphone.
certainly. Moment Janessa mentioned her to me, I thought to myself, well, that sounds like a loss. That'd be most helpful to us. New little part of the family, as it were. But now here you are, saying you don't know if you can trust her, and, well, as far as I can tell, we can trust you lot. So, I don't know if we can either. We have to hold off on our little induction party.
Well, I can't say I wouldn't trust her. I just feel very uncomfortable around her. You can see through me.
Ah, kind of a spooky loss then. Well, you're feeling uncomfortable around me then, darling?
Yes. You see my face, though. As I say that, my face is it looks like flesh. There's nothing there. There's no features. I mean, my real face. You can see that.
Can't say I can, love. Ain't my talent to do. Though, I could find out a bit more. I could probably see a bit past you if you wanted. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I got my own little business to take care of here. She turns around and starts running her hands through the dog's fur, petting it. So this girl of yours, then, what you thinking about doing with her?
I had the notion to try to get. I kind of quote. I had like the most awkward finger quote. Hand signals, whatever. It's hard to do this when it's all vocals. The air quotes is like bigger fish. What's our other character's name? Nico? Yeah,
So
so I'll say like I was trying to figure out what Nick's other character's name was.
Mako.
Yeah, I was like, as Mako would say, the nobles seem to have a fond attraction to people of her skills. Pretty much like essentially saying like we'll take her to like big fancy dinner parties and she'll do weird tricks.
That could be fun. It could be. Could be dangerous too. Folks don't like having themselves exposed like that. I'm sure you know well enough about that, eh?
I like get quiet and I'm like and nod like as in yes, I do not like that at all.
Why? What could be helpful? Could help you find a few things? Figure a few things out that maybe you wouldn't have otherwise if she can really see past things like that.
Yes, she was able to find our church very easily. She just grabbed a piece of paper.
So what was that again?
It's pretty much said like she was able to find like hidden stuff like our hideout by holding a piece of paper.
Oh, well, no, that is a bit of a talent right there. Would even take me a bit of looking to figure that one out. Lots of different paths, lots of different things can go wrong. Sounds to me like you got a very special lass on your hand. Kind that can maybe read the minds or souls of someone. I'd advise you that over the former being what it is.
Yes, but at the moment she seems very unreliable. I'm saying like she's on drugs.
Perhaps. There's a possibility. I think that Spark, what is it? Can do some stuff like that. Nasty stuff that. Poor Dexter. Had a bit of a run-in with it before we pulled her off the street.
Are you able to help this girl get off of whatever this is?
If it is Spark, it won't be easy. It's one of the more addicting drugs for folks like us. Folks that can touch the world of spirits as it is. If it ain't Spark, though, who knows what'll happen if we try to do something with it. I'll tell you what, Mr. Rayford. You figure out what is up with her, bring her back and talk with us, and we'll see what we can do to help your little friend out.
Very well. Seems like a safe and bargain. Now, about your ritual.
Oh, yeah, circling back around to that, eh? At this point, she's like moved her hands up to the dog's head, and you swear you hear like a strange squishing, squelching sound for a moment before she resumes just like scratching and petting it. Oh, well, ain't not much to really say about it. What are you wanting to know?
What is this ritual for? Is it protection or violent?
Oh, bit of both, really. Not really protection, not really trying to hurt anyone. Honestly, it's just kind of getting stuffy in this place with all of us around here and all that.
Look around and see nobody.
We're looking to do a bit of expansion, open up a few more wings to the place, open up maybe another place down the street, as it were.
Oh, so you're just moving.
In a sense of the word, I guess you could say that.
Seems very odd way to move. Usually, how you moved
but-
our hideout was with boxes.
Oh, you things your way, we do things our way, love. Have you ever over by... Now, I will say though, if you're ever over there by Sheller Street, do give Rosalind my best. He's doing such good work over there at the old Hotcher Manor.
With yes. When one finds a new residence, it usually will require the displacement of the current community. I see.
What a manner of speaking. Thankfully, no one's lived at the Hotchers for a few years now. Haunted, they say, if you believe such a thing. She got a chuckle at her own little joke for that.
Well, there are all manner of things that can inhabit the space, and all are welcome under the smiling gaze of the laughing god.
She nods. Oh, I'm sure your laughing god finds it most hilarious. Must make you sick not being able to get in contact with him sometimes. She smiles at that. Do be careful when you go to see that proprietor fellow, by the way. I don't like the looks of him.
Oh shit! I just remembered something very important.
No.
Something the captain said. Do you remember that devil's bargain?
Devil's bargain.
Where I was asking what the captain was referring to when we were talking about our gods. He kept saying her. And I was like, who is she? And then I saw a face.
Ah, yeah.
I gotta look at her and I'm like, there's something I have to ask you. Something in your specialties.
Well, ask away then, darling.
The captain of... I always forget the name of the ship.
The Mercurial. Captain
Mercurial. Mercurial. He was very paranoid about a certain deity. And as he mentioned it, I glanced upon its face.
What it looked like.
Is it gonna cause any trauma?
Say what?
Is this gonna cause stress?
No, not gonna cause stress just to recite it. You saw what you saw.
Okay, because I'm asking I have to ask very specifically because I'm about to hit a trauma. Doing my vice yet. I'm gonna try my best to imitate what I saw.
Ah, okay, I see what you're doing. Yeah, that's gonna cost you 7 stress to do that. That's very specific.
Son of a
I'm
a
kidding.
bitch.
No.
So I asked.
Yeah, no. That is a. I didn't quite understand you initially, but I think. Yeah. No, you're not making a roll here. You're not doing anything really special. This is narrative stuff. I think you're good
Okay.
without the stress business for it. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you imitate this face, and she recoils a little bit. Damn, achy hell, man! Where the heck did you see that bloody mug? I forgot my words there.
It was on the Mercurial and the shadows.
Yeah. Been a while since I've seen that lying around. Darling, please tell me you ain't made any kind of deal with this thing.
This with The person in question or the captain? Because we made a deal with the captain.
That could be good or it could be bad. Honestly, don't you got yourself a little peek at She Who Slays in Darkness? One of those old Eruvian gods.
Which one, Ruvian again? I'm sorry.
Ruvia is essentially Blades in the Dark. Persia meets Egypt.
Oh, so that guy I owe a favor to, he's from there, isn't he?
Yes,
Or-
Captain Gabor is Ruvian.
Oh, the other guy. The guy who fights Ghost for fun.
No, he is from Severus.
Oh, so the captain. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Oromino is the Severus. The Eruvians are. Oh, let me pull up the map here.
Big map?
Yeah, hold up 1 second here. This should work.
The big map, boys. We're getting the big one.
The big one.
Might give a second here. Unfortunately, there's a bit of lag to test with. But this should do it.
A picture of the guy pointing at the tornado. That's me right now.
So what now?
You know the picture of the guy pointing at the tornado?
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
He's like, oh shit, here it comes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So. Aruvia is essentially the southernmost continent, directly south of Akaros. Historically, it has been a separate empire, and even in the modern times, it kind of is, but it's very much a vassal state. After a large sort of show of force was dealt to the country during the during a very, very brief conflict, about I think maybe about a few hundred years ago, maybe just 100. I don't quite remember the timeline.
Got it. Okay. Kind of look puzzled by what she said. I'm like, is this something I should worry about?
Something you should worry about. Like I said, that depends. Captain Gabor has an interesting little religion. The Unbroken Sun, they call it down there. Maybe you've heard of it, Mr. Bordeaux?
I'm real study
Yeah.
to see if I remember.
The eyes are blind when one smiles as wide as I do. And I just
You might
grin
want to
really
smile a
wide.
bit less then. Someone might get a better of you.
Oh,
But
I would
The
watch your
Unbroken-
words, witch.
Fuck you.
charming. Anyway, but to
I-
clarify a bit here, the Unbroken Sun is a bit
You-
of a one of those types of gods. They got a nice little pantheon down there.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. Apologies. I'll be right back into the game.
The Broken Sun's part of that little pantheon of gods. The Broken Sun, the Burning King, She Who Slays in Darkness, a few more. A lot of them not really have any real place to go other than down there. For what things being they are, even as far as good old Scotland. They don't get along though, and that's the thing you got to remember about them. Just because they all sit in the same temple don't mean they really like each other. No, unfortunately, She Who Stays in Darkness is just about as likely to be an enemy of the Unbroken Sun as she is an ally. The question is, you've been working with that Gabor fella. So is she an ally of him now? or one later, or any of them. That, unfortunately, I can't even see. The gods are tricky to pin down like that.
Did she read thoughts?
You think she can read thoughts?
I mean, she knew she's pretty kind of clairvoyant. She knew I was bringing a dog. She knew that we were coming, and she knew our names and also knows a good bit of our past. This is the first time we met her. That at the current moment, I'm thinking I need to talk to my god about this one and see if we can make contact with it.
With She Who Slays in Darkness?
Yes, to see what's on the up and up. Just trying to get pretty much like if someone's like talking about somebody's like first like I'll just go talk to them directly, see what they think. Just thinking I'm gonna talk to the god directly.
Yeah, you can give that a try later, perhaps. Now,
Yeah, I'll do that.
Let me think here. Honestly, the only advice I can really give you is to watch the shadows. She likes lurking around in those all the time. Sneaky little bugger that she is.
Wait, isn't that Songboard Bird's resident god? Or am I wrong?
She Who Slays in Darkness?
Yeah.
Nope.
Maybe?
It's not? Okay.
It's not. Kind of answer your earlier question there, Xanax. Aruvia is right down there.
On a little tiny book. I see it now. Cool. And she says like, "Be careful and like watch your back." Like, I don't need to. I have God on my side.
That's the problem there, love. You've got your god on your side, but she is a god. You got her own side and a lot more followers than your fellow, I think.
I start counting on my fingers and stop at 3. I'm like, shit.
Unfortunate.
She smiles as she sees that, like rubs the dog's head as she turns back around, like sits down on the couch next to the pooch you brought her, which seems a little bit less mangy. Now you take another look at it.
These are witches. They like dying things. All my questions are answered unless Bobo has more.
Yeah, Boba, you've spoken very little to these girls. Well, this
I've
girl.
made my assessment.
Made some jokes.
The assessment is I don't like them.
Ah,
Trust them, witches.
No, listen. She's gonna insult my fucking religion.
True.
We're gonna
We'll
try and
show 'em
find
all.
what this. Well, no, I'll pretend I like them anyways. No, I won't. So what exactly? What exactly sorts of magics are you performing? The current of the city seems to be responding to something.
oh, like I said, we're moving house a little bit. Yeah, expanding house, I really ought to say. Opening up a few new doors for us. Felt like it was time. Gonna be hard though. We are a bit lacking in the girls at the moment. Dexa, Nays, they're all doing their best. Don't get me wrong. Even good old Janessa, but well, we all can't be in all places at once.
Interesting.
Smiles as she says that, like it's her own little joke.
Hmm. Well, then we should probably leave you to it then.
Well, like I said, if you ever go down there to the Hodges estate there, do give Roslyn my hellos. She's been such a good girl, taking care of the place for us, getting it all ready.
Hmm. You need to work on your act. In jokes don't play well with crowds very well. Just a tip.
I'd advise you, Mr. Bobo, to keep an eye on who your audience is next time you're at the Klein's party. Oh, speaking of which, Rayford, if you do end up taking Amberly to that party, keep her away from the Strangfords.
What? Strangers?
The Strangfords, one of the ruling families of the city. She mentioned Klein, and the Klein family is a vassal house of the Strangford City Council family.
Okay.
Thaddeus Klein being one of your favorite crew contact.
Why is he having a party? We didn't even know about that. They're witches. They know things. They know there's parties. Kind of nod. I know what I need to do now. I know what I need to prep myself for now.
You know what must be done.
I know what needs to be done.
Gonna clean some witches out.
Perhaps.
Not that.
Yes.
You to come walking in here as like I'm a witcher now.
You're a witch hunter. Fuck your dim ass house.
Well, moving on, I suppose. Unless you all are done here for the time.
I'm done with talking to the Dimmer sisters for now.
I suppose so.
Yeah. So, all right. She shows you to the door, or lets you all out, and Rayford, as you pass by, you get one more good look at the dog as you're on your way out, which is now up and walking about with no issue. It turns its head only once to look at you, though. And maybe it's a trick of the light, maybe it's just, the electroplasm lamps reflecting off of its eyes, but they are bright and shiny, like flashlights in its head.
I'm just gonna look at it and just pet it. I have like, see, we're walking already.
The kind of happy whine it makes echoes a little before it turns away and paces off into the house and around a corner.
I trust the Dimmer sisters. I trust these ladies. I don't know why you don't like them.
Because they made fun of my fucking religion.
Not a religion, it's a punchline.
To be fair, most religions are.
Well, yes, but only I'm supposed to be able to say that.
You can't make fun of me. Only I can do that.
Hold a minute.
I'm the joke.
All right. Well, with that said and done, I think we should have a few more downtimes to try and wrap our heads around here. That would be involving Ketchal and our Songbird and Bartholomew, I think. No.
Yeah, most people have not done that. I think it's just me and Bartholomew.
Yeah.
I've done one, I think.
Yeah, so who's next? What's next?
Let's do Quetzal.
Yeah, I'll bite. All right. Well, I didn't have anything super special planned here. let me see. Refresh my memory here. We're allowed to do resolve training as a downtime action since we have that for our cult, correct?
You can do any type of training as a downtime action. The fact you have resolve training gives you 2 experience instead of 1.
Ah, that's right. Okay, thank you. All right. Well, Ketziel, being a man of culture, spends most of his time away from the others, initially poring over some scripts or perhaps some scrolls of some kind before eventually wandering off to find someplace more secluded. Regarding to the map itself here, is there anything akin to perhaps like a graveyard or something of the sorts somewhere nearby our location? Or just anywhere in Dustfall, I suppose?
Yeah, graveyard's not really a thing in Dustfall, with most bodies being cremated to avoid the rising of ghosts. The only way to stop ghosts, of course, being to melt the body in electroplasm before the spirit can escape the cadaver. There would be like a small memorial ground, though, I think. Let me have a look at the map here. Someplace where someone, perhaps sailors, perhaps family members in the area, would go to set up like little pseudo tombs to their dead. It would be under the ground, though, in the among the catacombs or the reefs. Let me have a look. Yeah, let me put one right here along the water's edge.
All right, gotcha. Yeah, something like that'll work, I believe. All right. So Ketziel, once everyone else has milled about and he's sure that his unique talents are not required, makes his way there rather calmly. And he uses it, or let's say, and he uses that to mainly to test his nerve, so to speak. Here, it's sort of. I want to lead this into indulging in vice here, so forgive me for going on a little bit of a tangent here. But he uses it to hone his edge here against, to perhaps slightly commune with powers beyond what his normal eyes can see here, if that makes sense. He uses that to kind of steel himself for further battles ahead, steel him in his mind. A little bit of mental training.
Yes.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. However, after so here, he spends a bit of time meditating here, attempting to commune with his god, with the Red Mother here. And this is used to sort of clear his mind here with all the interesting developments as of late here. And that is going to be his vice indulgence.
What does it look like when you commune with the Red Mother? What kind of what kind of rituals there? What kind of prayers are there?
As far as the natural prayer itself goes, man, if I had thought about this, I could have prepared it better. I'll do that for next week. He spends most of his time kneeling in a somewhat plain-looking area around this memoriam we discussed here. Nothing too fancy here. He perhaps takes a little vial of sorts from his, or perhaps vial is not the right word. He takes a small ritualistic knife-looking sort of icon and makes a small incision at his fingertip and uses that to draw a very small symbol into the ground beneath him in his own blood. Sort of glows a little bit. He puts the knife away, somewhat simple, and then he kneels over it, placing one hand with its fingertips extended down next to it here. While he does this here, and he begins the communion, shall we say here, a sort of misty smoke-like essence lifts up from the symbol that he drew on the actual ground itself here, a sort of dark crimson smoke-looking sort of essence. This sort of washes over his face and his body. It sort of obscures him a little bit as he takes it in. And through this, he's able to hear her voice, let's put it that way. It gives him clarity, it gives him purpose, it clears his mind in a way that nothing else in this world quite does here, and he sort of loses himself in the process, unfortunately. For a time.
I like it. Alright, let's see the roll.
That's fine.
Yeah, for the stress you have, it isn't bad.
That's actually about perfect, yeah.
Yeah. It's about what everyone else got, come look at it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that'll work out perfectly. List me with 2. I'll take it.
I like it. I like it. You don't hear much of the Red Mother's voice today, but you do hear a bit of a whispering amongst the grotto. Perhaps, sir. Perhaps someone else.
Gotcha. Is there anything in particular this seems to sound like, as far as what I hear, or is it impossible to tell?
The role like that, unfortunately, it's going to be impossible to tell this time. But it sounds like it's getting closer.
Gotcha here. Fair enough. All right, I will take it.
All right, who's next? I believe we've taken a downtime from everyone but Rayford at this point.
Well, me and Rayford, our second downtime was visiting our first downtime was visiting the Dimmer sisters.
Well, it's more of a free play action, honestly.
Oh.
Yeah, there wasn't really any acquiring asset or progressing any clocks done there, unless you intended to progress some kind of clock I wasn't aware of.
No, that's fine.
It's fine. We got potential future jobs from that, and some very needed answers from some supernatural questions.
Now, you could. Here's the thing: you are ally. Here's the thing I want to remind everyone: all the clocks on display there, you have the potential to influence in one way or another. You can speed them up or try to slow them down, even.
That's a good point. I want to help the Gemmer sisters with their magic, but you don't want to do that. You don't want the witches to be powerful.
I don't, or Bobo doesn't.
Bobo doesn't. He thinks they're not funny.
Yeah, I really don't like them.
How Mako feels about it.
We're going to see how their house burns.
Damn. Been nothing but helpful to me, but I'm going to indulge my vice. I'm talking to my boy Ojak. Reminds me of Bojack.
Ojak Orsman.
Yes, Ojak Orsman. Where I meet him at? Is he on a boat?
Yep,
Is the guy in the gondola?
Ojak is your rooftop vendor friend over there in Silk.
I know.
Yep. Nope.
As per usual. As per usual, I meet up with him, and he shows me photos to imitate people.
Mm-hmm. Anyone in particular this time, or no one specific in mind?
I want to feel powerful. Not important, but just I want to feel like I have authority or power.
Yeah. He smiles as he presents you with a. So what now?
He feels a little out of control of his life at the moment.
Ojak smiles as he presents you with one particular photo he thinks you're really going to like. It's the photo of a large Rubian man, covered in scars, covered in tattoos. The symbol of a crow. No, sorry. The symbol of a sun is tattooed on his neck, and around his sash there is a red. Around his waist there is a red sash. It tells you this face will take you far on the west side of Crow's Foot.
I look very peculiar by it, and I'm like, Crow's Foot. It's been many times since I've been there. I will gladly accept this if this man is powerful.
Oh, he is.
He's gonna get me killed. He's gonna get me killed.
It's a possibility.
You accept the face?
I accept this face.
Yeah. So, your little foray out with this face takes you to the Red Sash Academy. There, that large standalone building on the eastern side, of Crow's Foot.
Just bought this chair. It's already broken. What the fuck?
Say what now?
Chair's broken. I gotta buy a new one again.
That's no good. You walk with this man's face. You walk in to the academy with no problem. They address you as Lord. They bow before you and they await your instruction. A large class of students. Some Aruvian, most Aruvian actually. I think there's maybe one Akarosi in the entire group. They stand before you, waiting for your instructions, waiting for you to command them what it is they are supposed to do.
Yeah. Can I quickly observe the room to see what the fuck's in this room?
So, to give you further content, the Red Sashes are one of the gangs of Crowsville. This is a training academy for their sword fighting and sash fighting techniques. They're essentially being asked to instruct this in sort of a training drill of sorts. You've seen and you definitely would have saw plenty of like other instructors on the walk-in to get an idea of how you can kind of direct them to act.
I start pointing at them, and it's like, you with you, you with you, you with you, making them pair up with random people. And as soon as they all get paired up, I tell them, like, alright, practice fencing.
They draw their swords and their sashes, and what you witness as you watch is the display of steel and silk that few people get to watch and survive, honestly. Red and silver clash through the air, wrapping around bodies, being torn away, spun around. It's as much a display of acrobatics as it is martial prowess. Some go as far as to fling their sash into the rafters and climb up on them, spinning up on them like some kind of elaborate dance routine. It's honestly quite beautiful. By the end of it, every single pair has one on the ground, their sword at their throat.
I kind of like tell them like to dismiss, and I tell them, and I kind of look at the room, see who is the strongest out of these students.
There are three that catch your eye immediately. And so, an Aruvian woman with like what's the word I'm looking for here? A cuneiform, that's it. There's like these runic cuneiform tattoos on her face. A Aruvian man who has one eye that seems to have been replaced by a glass one, just with how it moves and how it kind of shines unnaturally. And the Akarosi, a woman. Who appears to be the youngest of the group. Those three.
I point at them three and tell, like, kind of gesture towards them, like, come here. I look for the weakest now.
The weakest of them seems to be the man with the glass eye.
Oh, I mean the weakest in the room.
Ah.
Weakest people in the whole class.
I see. There's only two that are notably weaker than the rest. One is an Aruvian woman who has a silver ring on her left hand. The other is an Aruvian man with a with a customized scabbard for his blade.
Point at them too, and I tell them to come here too, like in front of the whole class.
They approach.
I look at all of them, like just like look one in the eyes, move on to the next one, look one in the eyes, look at the next one, and I stand right in front of them, like, what brought you here?
Each one gives their own little explanation, and perhaps you'll flash back to this next time around, since we are a bit short on time. But everyone has their own explanation. Everyone has like their own answer. Notably, the Ruvian woman though mentions a husband. It's part of her story. And the weaker of the Ruvian men mentions his father.
I was pretty much going on a whole spiel about if any of them has similarities in this story. I'm pretty much gonna explain, like, no matter how weak you are or how strong you are, there's gonna be similarities, and that's why you have to fight this certain way how I want you to, how the way I demand you to.
Give me a fortune roll here, based on your sway.
Pretty much telling them, like, hey, I don't care how weak. A command?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have anything. I do. Is my weakest resolve roll. Position?
Fortune.
Oh, okay. And doesn't matter. Oh.
Had it happen.
Rough.
I guess I'm just like, they don't care.
They are, they don't care. Your words seem off to them. I think you realize that as you give this spiel. You've messed something up your command. You have not mirrored this person like you have been able to perhaps in the past.
Shit.
Nothing happens to you. They don't attack you. Nothing happens to you. They don't have any proof whatsoever.
Rough.
Shit, I don't know this guy at all, so this could be.
Yeah, but you can make your indulge now, though.
Right, what do I roll for indulge? Because I done this one time.
There's an indulge vice button.
My character sheet's loading right now. There it is. And I'm guessing no bonus dice.
Not at the moment.
God damn it.
Ugh. Well, we'll likely be having to take a second downtime session anyway with a roll like that. But it does make sense. It does make sense, given your unfortunate performance above.
Very uneventful. I don't feel powerful, god damn it. Jack lied. Anyways. Unfortunate. What stress did that take away?
But until this point, you did have them obeying your every command. It almost seemed for a moment like when they had their swords to the throat, you could have ordered them to cut their opponent's neck, and they would have obeyed.
Yeah.
But you didn't. Probably for the best.
Probably for the best. It was very uneventful.
Eventually, you leave the Red Sash Academy and go about the rest of your day. We need to move on. Who's next?
Sorry.
No, this is my bad.
So, Viper's going to go out for a stroll and continue working on her clock to get a Wraith.
Very nice. What did we roll for that last time? Do you recall?
It might have been Prowling, but I think I'm hunting now.
I would be inclined to agree. You've done your field work. It's time to get on the chase. Let's call. Did we have? Solid.
That finishes that clock, so we find a Wraith.
do find a wraith. Once more, unfortunately, I think we'll have to take this over to the next session, but make a quick note of that.
Yep.
We'll likely open up with that next time, depending on whatever comes next. We have 3 more downtimes to get through, I believe. Ketchal, Rayford, Bartholomew.
I believe I used both of my downtimes.
You did. What? Did you?
Yes, I did resolve training and
Right.
indulgence.
Training. My apologies. I overlooked that. I was looking for.
It's okay. I'm did a little bit boring one compared to everyone else.
No, God, no. You're fine. You're fine.
Oh no, it's fine.
Stress is still fucking humongous at the moment. Alright, I'll let the party decide. Should I continue with helping the bar owner of what's the name of the bar? Very
Sailor's Rest.
Sailor's Rest. Should I continue helping
Clyra,
her?
right?
It's Clyra. Should I continue helping her with this debt collecting, or should I deal with my stress? Because I only have 5 stress I need to get rid of. It only leaves me with 4. Let the party decide this. Seems the most useful at the moment. In the future.
What do you think, gentlemen?
Between what again?
Sure.
Yes, that's very. Okay, if I can finish this little debt collecting with Clyra, I get an unnamed favor.
That's pretty good.
True.
But also, really, my character has over half stress at the moment. That not help a lot.
Well, I was
I
gonna
can force
propose
myself.
like that. There's Songbird has a deal with Clyra too.
Try. Did you pick up specific favor?
Clara's a popular lady.
It's very popular.
So which of the 3 are you going to try and find this time?
Yes, that Pokemon.
Whichever, there was one of them. People said he was a weirdo. I remember someone making a joke, say, "Hey, it's just like you, Eki, my character."
Likely Balth. No.
They
Luther
have one
Hart
name.
was the one, I believe, is a weirdo.
I believe it was the guy with the one name. He had like one name.
You're Balthus. Hold up. Let me look here. Balthasar? Balthasar, yes.
Yes, he had one name and he wore a mask. That's all I remember. I don't know how he collected a debt if he never drank anything at the bar, but alright. Remember that detail. That's the one guy I remember the most. We could do this next session, if that's appropriate. Like it.
I hate to do it, but we might have to. Yeah, we might have to wrap up here. It's last 20 minutes for XP and whatnot.
Yeah.
Everyone's downtime's done then.
Everyone else's downtime?
I'm gonna train resolve.
Sounds good.
Nothing fancy.
Keep in mind as well for next time, gentlemen, you can spend both rep and coin for additional downtime. You can carry this on for a while. If you feel like you didn't have enough time for screen time as we move on, we can come back to that. Though I will close out tonight's session on. Unfortunately, I hate to do it, but I do have one thing I had planned for Rayford ahead of time.
Oh shit.
Yes, Rayford, you do sleep eventually, especially after your little fiasco there at the Red Sashes Academy. You definitely need a good night's rest to kind of clear your mind and forget about your mistake, your flub.
Yeah.
And as you dream, as you drift off, you see a woman's face in the darkness of your
Damn it.
mind. She's smiling at you. And there's one thing, though. This face isn't the one you saw initially, but you know it's the same face. It's completely different. The cheekbones are higher, the eyes are still hollow, but they're softer. The hair falls along the face in a different way. And she smiles at you as you lie there, paralyzed in your slumber. And she says to you,
Thank you. It would taken me so long to get onto that ship without your help. But now I can do what I've wanted to for a while. What I've needed to for much longer.
and with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we will begin experience. Starting, of course, with the ever-popular crew XP. Did you, my wonderful crew, advance the agenda of your deity or embody its precepts in action? Perhaps. I almost would argue, though.
But allowing you being upset by the Dimmer sisters insulting his god account.
See, that's the thing. That would be embodying the precepts, perhaps, or even just perhaps Ketchaw's little ritual with his vial of something. Could perhaps be involved in that as well. That is entirely up to you. I'll post a definition of precepts here. Kind of let you all decide how you want to progress with this moving forward. So what do you all think?
Was
Perhaps
this dropped?
perhaps one for overall?
Alright.
What is this for?
Advance agenda or embody its precepts for our crew XP.
Oh.
Contend with
Yeah,
China's
boring
better
or something.
station. No. Talked. Didn't really contend.
I fought a god
Well,
yet.
although the Dimmers did strike a blow at Jester. That was
I
kind
mean, I
of
very
content.
much plan to start farming, contending with foes above our station
Yeah.
with the Dimmer sisters.
Please don't fight our good contact.
Oh no, we're gonna fight. They spit on my face. They betrayed the very essence of my being. I'm gonna fucking ruin them.
Bolster your crew's reputation, develop a new one. Oh, I don't think we did business like much, so we're not really advancing that.
You weren't very brutal either, unfortunately.
We'll fight this god next game.
You express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
Kinda, but it was pretty personal. I don't know if there was much crew orientedness in this little blurb we got tonight. Maybe one. Oh, I don't know. It's a lot of personal stuff, so I don't know. Maybe not.
It's hard. It is difficult to.
This wasn't like a heist or anything, so it was really difficult to from an XP.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's just the one, it's fine. Sessions like that happen. It was an RP session, just like the next one probably will be.
I enjoy them.
Then
I do enjoy them. Rayford, we'll begin with you as always.
shit, let me get my character sheet open.
I don't believe we made any desperate rolls this time around.
No, we only made fortune rolls.
Yes. You address a challenge with deception or influence.
Deception or influence. I'm gonna say no. I was very open with the Dimmer sisters.
Okay. Fair enough.
Doesn't
You
have to
express
see
your
them.
belief- Sorry.
I wasn't trying to deceive them or anything.
Of course.
Express my beliefs. I mean, well, I mean, there was that jab where I was like, "Well, I have God on my side." But
Power of God and anime, some might say.
but I don't know. I wasn't like Air doesn't like judge people. I'm reaching. I'm reaching. You can tell I'm reaching. At XP, I was like, but my character, he doesn't like ruin that guy's life. My character is very like, I need to understand these people first before I decide their fate. Like how I deal with the sailor and that guy trying to attack Songbird. I was like, all right, these guys are assholes. Therefore, I'm gonna ruin their life. Imitating them, but it's at the current moment. I think I'm reaching, but I don't think I have. Prize, beliefs, or heritage. I didn't bring up anything to my back. My character doesn't like to talk about his background, so I don't think I can ever cash in a background.
It'll come up eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah. Issues with your voice traumas were during the session. No, I did not. My vice was very meh. I guess I didn't get any XP this game. I didn't really express my beliefs that hard, and I just didn't. My drives were just to keep this cult moving. But
You might still go 1 for that category.
yeah, because I was reaching, but I was like, eh.
Yeah, you could. I think 1 seems. I mean, you had a good scene there.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. I'm gonna put that in resolve, not insight. Alright. Let's take the 1. I didn't do that booster. I didn't get too deep. That's the problem with my character. I don't like talking about his background because it's gonna get him in trouble.
Possibly not.
I mean, there is a fucking clock on the fucking board says researching Rayford.
Possibly seems to be a more likely answer then.
Yeah.
Well,
No
on
one's-
to Songbird and Viper then, I suppose.
Kind of mostly nothing for the 3 categories, but I did stretch a little bit on the 1 for continuing the work on the clock. For going after a Wraith, which will have the actual full RP of it next week. But I still took the XP.
Very much.
That's it.
Very much. I'm looking forward to that. To construct some rate.
Great.
No.
Greenhorn Wraith.
Gachal.
Yes, I am he.
Yes, your experience.
I
the night.
don't know about this one, Chief.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've considered it. I think I'm gonna take a. I'm thinking I'm gonna take a hard neg on all of them here because I don't think I really got anything personally, and that's okay.
Can't even express your beliefs through your vice.
Feels like grasping at straws, but for the sake of having at least one accomplishment this session, I'll take it.
Yes,
If that's fair with ye.
I think so. I would very much say so.
All
I
right.
was reaching hard
Well-
too. Don't
Well
don't
bargained
judge
and
you.
done.
There's a playbook advancement for you by the looks of it.
It does appear to be so.
I look forward to seeing what you acquire with it.
More boats.
Very good.
Acquire the boats.
Mr. Bartholomew,
Yeah, I'm taking 2 for some combination of addressing challenges or expressing my beliefs or doing something with all of them. Somehow, between the conversations I had with, between chugging some laudanum and some conversations that I had with Rayford and the witch, I'm pretty sure I'm good.
What challenge would you say was addressed?
Well, maybe not a challenge, but I'm saying like I'd say interacting with the Dimmer sisters is always a challenge because they do not understand. They think
I'll fight you.
they chuckle amongst themselves, but it is not a laugh ordained by the smiling, laughing god.
Laughing at me, not with me.
It is a blasphemous laugh, and
I'll fight you.
with that, I have to suppress the urge to rip their faces off of their heads.
I'll fight you.
Nah, that's
Even
cool.
fair.
But it's more
They were
probably
nice.
expressing beliefs, drives, and heritages between, I guess, conversations with
I was
with
very.
Rayford and the witches.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with you. You had quite a butting of opinions with them.
Yeah. So I'll just take 2.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, and that is going to man. We could have had maybe one more entire scene in there. I feel bad cutting us off so early. Look at me.
That means we're just gonna have straight 8 minutes of shilling for twitch.tv/Valkyrie.
Essentially, I have to admit, I was surprised that we are not going over the allotted time when I was told what we were given at. But
Thank
with
God.
that
We
said,
started
ladies
late.
and
We started late, so I was going to give us the extra time, but
I honestly would have not have expected that, to be perfectly honest. I was not.
Sorry.
Yeah, but I'm not complaining. Obviously not complaining.
but with what we yes, and now word from our sponsor, NordVPN.
Oh shit, we're moving up.
No, have you heard of a little game called Raid Shadow Legends?
Alright guys, let's talk about honey and how it can save you money on other.
no. We're sponsored tonight by Blizzard. Oh wait, no, that's a horrible.
Oh no.
Oh no!
To be fair,
no.
they to be fair, they do need help.
They do need the help, but I don't think it's the kind of help we can provide.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
we get a
Not
therapist,
not anymore.
exorcist.
Not anymore. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all for watching on YouTube, wherever you're at right now. I don't care. I'm just happy you're enjoying the show, and hopefully you're not going to leave a bunch of negative comments insulting me for how beautiful my voice is. But in all seriousness, thanks once again to twitch.tv/Zalkyrie for his lovely sponsorship of our show, allowing me to do this, allowing me to run you all through my favorite game. Subscribe, follow, all that Twitch stuff, all that YouTube stuff, all that stuff. Give him your money to allow him to continue to put on wonderful shows like this, and of course all the other games that he plays. Has a lot of fun with me or without any of the cast here. We will see you again this Friday for StarCraft, where we are still on Marsara.
Jesus Christ, you are in the end game of getting off Marsara. Calm down.
Still on
I'll put this
Marsara,
on-
and we
I'll
will
put
be
this on the
back.
record.
We will be back coming Monday with an